Hi everyone, Jan Fursden here from Fursden House. I am visiting my oldest daughter, Laura, in Fort Worth, Texas, and we just got back from shopping at an antique mall. I love antique malls. This one is called Montgomery, which is kind of cool because, Montgomery, Alabama, we live, which is about 4 hours south of us. But this is a Montgomery Antique Mall in Fort Worth, Texas, and I just wanted to share some of the things that we found. It's massive. It is huge, but I couldn't find anything that I really liked, and I mean, we were there for several hours, and in the last 30 minutes, it was as if everything was going like, okay, Jan, you need some things. So every time I turned around, I was finding something else, something else, something else. So I just wanted to share it with you. But the picture you see now, I'm going to do very last because I got this fantastic deal. Actually, my daughter got it for me. So thank you, Laura. She said, "Mom, don't I owe you something for, like, a Mother's Day gift?" I'm like, "No, of course not. Don't be silly." She says, "No, I think I do." "Honey, you don't." "No, yeah, I think I do." "Okay, fine. Go for it." But anyway, we're going to switch over to here. And the things that I bought, because we need more buttons, don't we? I found this little pouch of buttons. Some are plastic, some are mother of pearl. And yes, I know I have a lot, but now I have a few more because some things you just don't pass up. And then we have these, and I love these for large strips of lace, wide strips, I should say, because I have a lot of laces, and they're hard to sort of corral and keep neat so that you aren't digging through them. And so the ones that are really wide, I like wrapping around these, and then just, put a safety pin or some kind of pin to hold them on. I started that last year, and it really helps. So every time now I see these spools, I go ahead and get some. And then the large bag of these are wooden. I love the wooden thread spools. And I have some small ones, but I don't have these large ones. And I got this idea from my friend Kathy Wyatt. Kathy, thank you. She did a prize for one of our art retreats, and someone won the prize, but I thought it was such a cool idea. The racks that you have that hold all the spools of thread. Well, she had done these, the rack with the spools, but instead of thread, she had wound laces on them. And I thought, what an excellent idea, because you can see the laces without having to dig through the bottom of your drawers and wherever you've got your laces stashed. So when I saw this, it was like, now I know I can do it too. Because, again, I had some that were small, but not very many, and now I have a lot more. So that's what I purchased. And then over here, my daughter got me this. Now, at Christmas time, I put up several Christmas trees, and one of the Christmas trees that I put up I call it my vintage kitchen gadget tree. And on that tree, we have any and every kitchen gadget you can imagine that was used back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Just amazing. And I found this little horse, and I love it. So anyway, she got me the little horse, and I had one, but it doesn't have the red handle on it, and that's the original paint, and that's the things to look for, original paint. This one's all metal. I have some that are metal with wooden handles, things of that nature. And who knows, I might do a video of the kitchen gadget tree, who knows, but it's just an amazing thing, and I love it. And here, these two napkins, they're so sweet, they're hand embroidered. And I just thought those were so sweet. So she bought me those. So that'll be going into journals, of course. And now we get to the really fun part. And she bought me all of these patterns. We got, I think it's something like 20 different patterns for $15. So you can imagine my pleasure in finding such an amazing bargain. And when I started unloading it all, I found several different things that I hadn't even known was in the bottom of the box. So over here we found some rickrack. And here's some cardboard folds. These 4 envelopes I believe, what it says, suit, skating skirt and shorts, a sheath, and blouse and culottes. Now, I think those are Barbie clothes because inside one of them are instructions on doing Barbie patterns. I thought that's really cool. And also inside it, completely surprised me, these little tiny buttons. They're so sweet. So I was like, oh my goodness. And I found a couple of old, they're probably steel, pins, and there's a, what do you call it, what everyone knows what this is, and I can't remember it right now because my brain just stopped working, but anyway. And then I found this embroidery pattern. I'm holding my phone, so I'm kind of off track here, but it's an embroidery pattern of all these different figures. Let's see if I can get it open. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I love the reverse of it, which is blank, because I love the patina that it has, so we'll figure that one out later. And down here, now there are some patterns that I recognize. McCall's Simplicity. I think there's a Butterick in here somewhere. But this one, let's see. Houston Chronicle Pattern Department, Marion Martin Patterns. Now, I have never heard of Marion Martin Patterns, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and figure out, and this lady must have been one heck of a seamstress. I mean, just amazing. Some of them are not hers, but I would assume that the majority of them are because the sizes tend to stay the same. And so again, I'm going to have to do some research, but I've never heard of Marion Martin Patterns. So, oh, and then okay, so here's some more. Here are just some loose pieces. I know that's a Simplicity, and yeah, we've heard of Simplicity. And which one is that? Let's see. I think that's another Marion Martin, which again I've not heard of. So some research is definitely in store. Now here, Ann Adams. I never heard of Ann Adams. But the interesting, well, there's another large envelope. The American Weekly, and it's coming to this lady, Mrs. Head, W.M. Head, Houston. I can't find a date yet, even though it's got a postmark, but I couldn't find a date on it, so I don't have a magnifying glass. But the interesting thing, now I have never seen this before. All of this, you see these, that's the back of one. I'm not even sure where that one's going to go. But this stack here, they're blank. It's tissue paper, but it's all blank. And I'm like, this is just the most interesting thing. And I thought, well, at first, did it fade? Nope, it hasn't faded. And you can, like, there's let's see if I can get one out here. There's an E, the letter E, which is literally punched in, but there's no writing. There's some, there's writing on here somewhere. I just saw it and now I've lost it. But I have never seen anything like, oh, here it is. It says F-R-O-N-T, fronts. I don't know. Anyway, but all of this tissue paper is empty. Just completely devoid of numbers, patterns, anything. And then inside the two envelopes, there was this sort of bedraggled looking envelope, and it said pattern and sew chart. And then I went to this, let's see, which one was it? Somewhere in here, there's another one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this one had a better, trying to hold a phone and do this one-handed is quite interesting. But this one, Marion Martin pattern and sew chart. And it's this, I'm not sure what you would call it, kind of like wax paper. So that was really interesting. And then, of course, the patterns themselves. Now, some of they're the pattern pictures. Some of them are in terrible condition, but I can still salvage several, even of the worst ones. So I'm just going to go through these real quick and show you. These are so cool. I love these designs. And you can see this one's badly damaged. It's just the front, so that back may belong to it. But at least I'll be able to salvage the brown dress, the lady in the brown dress, and then there's a smaller one. And it just amazes me that people can sew like this. I mean, I can sew paper, and that's the end of it. I cannot sew, well, I can make napkins and curtains and things like that, but when it comes to making clothes, no, absolutely not. Here's a butterick. Now, I've heard of butterick. Look at the, oh, and here's one I've not heard of, Advance. Never heard of that. And it's just, this is a slip, I believe. And for someone to make a slip, I'm just like, whoa, this is so cool. I've heard of people being able to sew like that, but I'm certainly not it. Aren't these lovely? So they do need a little bit of TLC, and that's okay. This one's an old McCall pattern. Another slip pattern, and this one's Simplicity. And I'm hoping when I go through here that I'll be able to find some dates or something. Here's one that, the one in the brown dress is a bit wonky, torn, but I can save the one in the green dress. Here's a McCall's. This one is, let's see, what's this? Dubang? D-U-B-A-N-G. Oh no, good heavens, it's not Bang, it's Berry. Dewberry. So I've never heard of that one either. So Dewberry, and this is a butterick. A McCall. Can you imagine making a coat? I wouldn't even try that for a Barbie doll. Beautiful blouses. These are just so pretty, so cool. I saw them, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I saw the price, it said $15. I'm like, please, don't be $15 a pattern. So I double checked, because the way it was written was a little bit ambiguous. So I asked one of the sales ladies, and she said, nope, it's all of them for 20 patterns for $15. I'm like, yes! And then, of course, I get the buttons and all this other fun stuff. So I'm like, yay! So beautiful. So, and here's this last one, and it's an Advance one. Again, I've never heard of that. So thank you, Laura. She has taken me to the shop. My husband even went, and my granddaughter. And we didn't get that much, like I said, until the last 30 minutes or so. And then it was like suddenly every time I turned around, it was something else. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I appreciate you being with me and looking at my video. If you would, I'd appreciate you to put any comments below if you'd like, or if you have any questions. I love hearing from you. And this is, as I said, I'm doing this video from Fort Worth, Texas, at my oldest daughter's house. And we're having a lovely visit. So there you have it. Don't know what I'm going to do with all of it. Who knows, but it's just wonderful to have. And to be able to know that, yep, I can do something with it. So, I hope you're all having a blessed week. It's Monday. what is it, the 3rd of October, I believe. Still pretty warm here, not terribly warm. But I hope you all have a blessed week. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.